If you have a copy of this book, go to chapter 7. It's page 74, Lessons from Nails. Let's start. So chapter 7, the title of the chapter says, Start Small. I read, the young shall grow. The young shall grow. When we compare the nails of toddlers to adults, we see a big difference with respect to size. So don't be afraid to start small, right? This makes sense, right? If you compare your hands to the hands of any baby, a toddler, maybe 2 years, 3 years, you could see a huge difference between the size of our hands, right? And that's why I started by saying the young shall grow. And we see that history is replete with people who started small, and look where some of them are today. There is a picture in the book. So I said that figure 1 is a popular picture which shows the humble beginnings of some of today's major companies. It's pointing to Apple, Google, Harley, Disney, Mattel, and some of them. Right? Let me pause there. And then it continues to say that great things often start small. Let me pause here. Great things often start small. Sam Walton, most of us will know him, the founder of Walmart. He started Walmart when he was 44 years old. Christian Dior, he started Dior when he was 41 years old. Adidas, the founder, started when he was actually 48 years old. KFC, Colonel Sanders, he started when he was 62 years old. Unbelievable. Henry Ford started when he was 49 years old. Ray Kroc is the founder of McDonald's. He started when he was 52 years old. See, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. The average millionaire is around 57 years old. I'm not saying we don't have teens even becoming millionaires this day, but the average millionaire is around their 50s. So what am I saying? For the most part, age is just a number. Age is just a number, but many a times we compare ourselves to other people, and that's where, we become depressed, we become sad. No, you should always compare yourself to yourself and how far you have come. But I'm here to remind you that it's not late to start what is on your heart, what you have been dreaming on, dreaming about all your life. It is not too late, guys. It is not too late. All these guys I just mentioned, they all started, some in their 40s, late 40s, in their 50s, and even some, past 60 years. Let me use an everyday example. I mean, I grew up in the hip hop culture, right? The hip hop culture. And whilst I was preparing for this live feed, I was thinking, Drake is a hip hop icon. We all know this Canadian born actor, producer, rapper, all of that. He's worth over $250 million. He flies in private jet, customized, blah, blah, blah. I'm not here to glorify material stuff, but he is undeniably an icon in the hip hop world or in the hip hop culture, right? Who has achieved great successes under his belt. He has a song that we all know. He said that started from the bottom, and now we are here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Now, we used to sing this song, but we missed the key. We missed the wisdom he was trying to, share with the world, that guys, start small, because all of them started small. Start small, start small. Don't just sing it. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Start small, start small, start small. All great people started from the bottom. They started from ground zero. It is known that, whereas the only thing that starts at the top is the grave. The grave is the only thing that you start at the top. Everything else, you would have to start from ground zero, guys. Again, all the legends, all the superstars we look up to, they had the humblest of beginnings. They all started from ground zero. And so start small, my friend. That is the chapter, the title of this chapter 7, Start Small. And it's amazing how mighty trees, they shoot up from tiny seeds. Let me take that again. Mighty trees, they shoot up from what? From tiny seeds. And so that's the path to greatness right there. Where the soil meets your dreams. Mighty trees, they all start just as what tiny seeds. Let's go on with our reading. In a CNBC article on Richard Branson, published in 2018, Richard Branson relays his proof that very little money is needed to start a business. Actually, he had no money to put toward the business when he started. Virgin is just one of many examples which highlight some of the companies we know and love started tiny. In the article, Branson noted he receives many pitches from upcoming entrepreneurs which have a common line: I need X amount to get started. According to Richard Branson, this sort of mindset or thinking is a mistake. Start with what you have. Start with what you have. Let me pause and again, let's noodle on this a bit. Start with what you have. So here is the trick, right? The concept of start small. The concept of start small is a relative concept. When I say relative concept, someone may start with $1 million. We hear that somebody like former President Donald Trump, his father started him off in life with a couple of $1 million. So that might be his small, and he was able to grow that into billions. Now your small, like I said, is relative, might be $1,000. That's all you have. Your small might be $100. In a different country, that might mean so much, even though it might not mean much to you here in the United States. Even here, it's still money. It's still good money, right? So start small. And again, it all depends on your perspective and your circumstance. So each case is case by case dependent. Everybody's case is unique and it's different, right? So I'm 5'8" feet tall, right? And it got me thinking as I was preparing for this author study that, do you think I would have fit in my mother's womb if I started off exactly at 5.8 feet inside? Think about that. The obvious answer we all hell no. Hell no. I would kill my mother, right? I would kill my mother. So what's the lesson here? If you don't go through the process, you will end up hurting yourself or hurting others. Start small and go through the process. Start small and go through the process. Else you will end up hurting yourself or hurting other people. So that's the beauty, that's the essence, that's the wisdom, that's the mystery behind starting small or humble beginnings. Let this settle in your mind that the concept of start small is non-negotiable. Start with what you have. But either way, start small and keep it going, keep it moving. Keep it moving, right? I remember when my son began to, or he learned how to jump, or just be jumping up. Oh my goodness. He thought it was an achievement or some sort, I don't know. He would just be jumping and he would be overly happy for no reason, just jumping anywhere, anytime he gets off from daycare. He'll be jumping all over. But I learned something. Did that jumping automatically make him grow? No. Anytime he would jump up, he would always come down. Life is not designed that way. It's not automatic. Growth is gradual. If you force yourself into spaces where you don't belong, trust me, it's just a matter of time where they will kick you out because you just don't fit, you just don't belong there. You haven't grown to be accepted in that space. Think about it. And so again, the concept of start small is non-negotiable. Start where you are and again, keep moving. See Nigerian movies, Africans, like African movies, they started off where many a time you see a ghost, and before the ghost will cross the road, the ghost will look at the left, will turn to the right before the ghost will cross, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? But that's humble beginnings, right? And today, the last time I checked, there was this new movie, The Black Book. I think it's Sam Dede and Richard Moffat, some incredible actors. They were #1 on Netflix. So, despite or in spite how they started, and we were all laughing at them, and ghosts were looking to the left right before the crossroad. Now look at where, look at how far they have come, even topping their list on Netflix movies. Hollywood, same thing. They've all transitioned. Even the United States, it wasn't always like this. The United States was not built by an army of angels. It was built by men. They started small, state by state. They kept on building skyscrapers, all these high, tall buildings, monuments, one step at a time. So overall, be humble, right? It takes humility to accept that this is what I have for now, and be able to go from there. It takes humility, but don't remain there. Start small with a big picture in mind, but don't remain there. All right, so we ended with start with what you have, right? All right, remember, motivational speaker Zig Ziglar said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Greatness is encoded in the process, like I just explained. Greatness is what encoded in the process. Don't chase money. Follow your dream and money will chase you. Conversely, waiting to get all the money before you start is a bad idea. Ideas themselves are like magnets. They would attract the right people and the right resources according to the laws of nature. What matters is you defeat your mind, kill self-doubt, and start with what you can afford today. We have two pictures here. It says that overthinking can prevent you from doing anything. And the heaviest burdens that we carry are the thoughts in our head. It's a picture from Success Pictures. I'm not sure how good this will show in the on the screen, but it says that overthinking can prevent you from doing anything. It can prevent you from doing anything. Half of our problems are just, they are all here. It's just your mind. Just your mind, and we may be just overemphasizing on certain things that are not even important. Let me share this facts about worry here. A study found out that 91% of our worries, or that the worries that people actually have, did not actually happen. And the average person reported 3 to 4 testable worries each day, but it turned out that most of these worries were false alarms. Even among the small percentage, right, the 9% remaining, or the remaining 9% of the worries did not even come true, and the outcome was much better than what they probably even expected, about 1/3 of the time, right? So sometimes we just overthink certain things. We just overburden ourselves too much thinking. Just start.